Those are differences, but because of that, and this is really the leading up to what the birth of Christianity is going to be external and external tension. Externally, it's going to be the tension of living amongst the Romans and the pagan inhabitants of the land of Israel, who are always bumping up against. And there's a lot of animus towards Jews. And the fact that we're not assimilating and not drinking their wine and not eating their meat and not marrying their women and not worshiping their gods and that kind of stuff. That's kind of a spiritual difference. There's also a nationalist difference that the Romans are occupiers. And you just as today you have in the land of Israel, you have the religious Zionist movement and the I don't like to use the word, but the settlers, so to speak. These are people who are very much into the land of Israel for the Jewish people, for the people of Israel, who feel it's an outrage
Mm.
that the uncircumcised pagan Romans are dominating the land of Israel. So this
Mm.
is a factor that's going to cause a lot of external tension with the people who dominate us. And Rome is an incredible world power at the time. They dominate the whole Mediterranean.
Mm.
And internally, lack of central authority and foreign influence, which begins with the Greeks, which starts to corrupt Jewish thinking and create splinter sects. Way before the birth of Christianity, we have the creation of offshoot heretical sects that are breaking away from mainstream Judaism. The origins, the ones that the listeners are probably most familiar with, are the Sadducees, the Tzedukim, who were originally
Mm.
probably the students of an apostate student of the head of the Sanhedrin going back a long time ago to the second century BCE called Yeshua ben Prachia. Some of his students were probably influenced by Greek thinking, and it made them go off the derech, as we say. So you have breakaway groups, and Judaism acknowledges these, talks about them all the time. They're mentioned in the Mishnah. And like, for instance, the Tzaddukim will infest the priesthood. And you see the Mishnah, which is the codification of the oral law put together about 1800 years ago by Yehuda HaNasi, reflects that when it talks about the temple, how the Tzadduki priests who did not hold by mainstream Jewish authority would do divergent things in the temple, which would cause a lot of anger and backlash from the people. So that's kind of the background. Internal tension, schism is the word we want to really focus on now. Breakaway groups, external tension,